Greetings. I am Mr. Gamer 412 with Dark Knight, with the one and only Dark Knight 987, and welcome back to another edition of Rip from the Silverscreen. Tonight, we look at the 1986 sequel to the 1970 classic Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, kiddies, I told you last year we're gonna start getting into the shit, into the really, really, really deep shit with this series. Um, so yeah, so part two of Texas Chainsaw Massacre was directed by the late Toby Hooper. It was written by Ellen Kit Carson. This film stars Carolyn Williams, the late Dennis Hopper, Jim Sado, Bill Johnson, the legendary Bill Moseley, Lou Perryman, Chris Doritas, Ken Everett, Kinky Friedman, Dan Jenkins, and Joe Bob Briggs. Who, these three people do a cameo in the movie. Spoilers, by the way. But we're gonna go as always. We're gonna go through the plot. We're gonna talk about it. Give our thoughts about this, about the sequel to Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and so we're gonna see what happens here. So, all right. In 1986, 13 years after the events of the first film, two high school seniors, Buzz and Rick, race along a desolate stretch of Texas highway en route to the Texas OU football game at the Dallas Cotton Bowl. Heavily intoxicated, they use their car phone to call and harass on-air radio DJ Vanita Stretch Brock. Unable to convince them to hang up, Stretch is forced to keep the line open. While passing a pickup truck, Buzz and Rick are attacked by Leatherface, who emerges from the back of the truck. Leatherface rips up the roof using his chainsaw after a short struggle. Rick tries shooting Leatherface with his revolver, but Leatherface fatally slices off part of the driving Buzz's head, and the car ends up crashing and killing Rick. The following morning, Lieutenant Bode Lefty Enright, former Texas Ranger and uncle of Sally and Franklin Hardesty, who were victims of Leatherface and his family years ago, arrives at the scene of the crime to help solve Buzz and Rick's murder. Lefty has spent the last 13 years looking into his nephew's disappearance, investigating reports of mysterious chainsaw killings across Texas. He is contacted by Stretch, who brings him a copy of the audio tape that recorded the attack. Lefty asks Stretch to play the tape on her nightly radio show so the public, which had previously mocked his case, will have to listen to him. Leatherface's family arrive at the radio station prompted by the nightly radio broadcast of the tape. While preparing to leave for the night, Stretch is confronted by Chop Top before being attacked by Leatherface. Her co-worker, LG, is brutally beaten by Chop Top. Leatherface corners Stretch and is about to kill her, but she charms him into sparing her. Leatherface returns to Chop Top and leads him to believe that he has killed Stretch. They then take LG to their home, followed by Stretch, who is trapped inside the Sawyer home, an abandoned carnival ground decorated with human bones, multicolored lights, and carnival remnants. Lefty, who has been following their car all along, arrives equipped with chainsaws and trashes the home before he finds Franklin's remains. Meanwhile, Stretch is found by Leatherface, who puts LG's skin face and hat on her before tying her arms and leaving. Later, LG wakes and frees her before dying. Drayton Sawyer finds Stretch roaming the grounds of their cave, and the family capture her. Chop Top scolds Leatherface when he finds out that Stretch is still alive. Lefty eventually finds her being tortured at the dinner table by Chop Top with Drayton and Leatherface and Grandpa Sawyer, and saves her. A battle between Lefty and the Sawyer family ensues. In the end, Lefty and most of the Sawyer family are killed when a grenade recovered from the hitchhiker's preserved corpse goes off prematurely. Only Chop Top and Stretch survive the explosion. They escape outside and battle at a rock tower. Despite her injuries, Stretch grabs a chainsaw held by the mummified remains of the family's grandfather and a ritual shrine in the rock tower, gets the upper hand on Chop Top and attacks him with a chainsaw, causing him to fall off the tower to presumed death. The final shot shows Stretch shouting in triumph and swinging the chainsaw similar to Leatherface in the first film, thus ending part 2 of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Okie dokie. Okay, so we're gonna get into this right now. So, what did you think of this film, dude? And be honest with me.
It was pretty good. I mean, yeah, it's pretty good. Man, just reading it brings back the memory of those scenes. How bad! Oh my gosh, how crazy they were. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. Like I said, I thought it was pretty good. I mean,
Yeah. But yeah, this is how this is what I thought. This is what I thought about it. There was some stuff in here. If I remember, this is the one where there is a scene in the movie where Leatherface is literally humping his fucking is humping his goddamn chainsaw and stuff like that
gosh.
in the movie.
Yeah.
I think this is the movie that I'm thinking of. If not, let me know in the comments if this is the one that I'm thinking of. But I thought that they did not get Gunnar Hansen to play his character in this one.
Yeah.
And I like Gunnar Hansen. I thought Gunnar Hansen was good in the first one. That's why I gave the first. That's why we get when he was here when we were talking about it.
Yep.
We gave it a 10 out of 10 if I remember correctly last year. But I still I felt that this one. I'm not gonna say that this is the worst of the series, part 2, because we haven't even gotten to the other parts yet, and including the so-called spin-off movie that they made, the remake, including the remake, some of the remakes. But I'm not gonna say that this is the worst, but I'm not gonna say that this is the best. I thought Bill Johnson as Leatherface, he did pretty well. He did pretty good.
Yeah.
As Leatherface. But I kind of wish that they could have gotten Gunnar Hansen, because Gunnar Hansen was a little bit more violent, more vile of. And yeah, this is when they started turning Leatherface into a fucking pussy. Well, I don't know if it was this one or part 3 or 4 when they started turning him into a fucking pussy. But
I'm not sure.
But I don't know. I just there was some stuff in this that I did not like, and there was stuff in here that I kind of liked. I kind of like some of the characters in this. I thought Chop Top was a crazy motherfucker. I thought I thought that Dennis Hopper, who plays Lefty, I think he was a psychotic son of a bitch in this one. Um, but yeah, I think this was okay. This was all right at best. Now, don't get pissed at me saying that Grim thinks that part two was fucking stupid. While he gave the other one a pass. No, fuck you, man. Texas, the
Not saying
first
that.
one was better than this shit. The first one was better than this shit. In my estimation, the first one will always be better than this. But if I'm gonna give this a chance, I'm gonna give it a chance and say that I'm gonna give it an eight and I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. You know what I mean? I'm just being reasonable. I'm being reasonable because
Yeah.
I think that this one kind of deserves a little bit more credit than what it's supposed to have gotten. But in retrospect, I wish that they could have done a little bit more better with this. I kind of there was some stuff in this that I wish that uh there was some stuff in this that I kind of wish that they could have done a little bit more. But what do you think, man? Do you agree or do you disagree with what I my
Um,
estimation on the movie?
I mean, always the first film is always, the good one than the sequel. Because when it comes to sequel, you want to have the same characters. You want to have the same people. Like, I want to agree with you, what you said about Gunnar Hansen. Of course, he should have been in the face of part two as well. Not just in part one. And see, that's when they start changing, recasting. They just put different actors in. No offense to them, but they all do a good job. But you can't have people, you got to have the original guy that was
Yeah, that played
the killer,
Leatherface.
yeah, in the first one. Like, Robert Englund, he's always been Freddy in all the movies. They never changed it until the remake. All the time in Elm Street, the killer has always been Freddy, and it has always been Robert Englund.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Why not keep it like that?
oh, and trust me. When we get to the remake, I got a lot of fucking shit to say about that
Oh,
piece of shit.
me
I got a
too.
lot of
Me
shit to
too.
say about that motherfucker. But go on,
Me too,
man.
And as I was saying, yeah, so keep the same guy, the same killer. It's what makes the franchise will stick out. Will make, you know what I mean? So I agree on that. Keeping Gunnar Hansen as Leatherface, that would have been,
Yeah,
worked
because
out. So,
he brought more he brought more to the character in my estimation. That Gunnar Hansen, I think, as Leatherface, brought more to the character than anybody else that has ever played Leatherface. While I'm saying that, I think in the there was a remake. I think in 2002. I think or 2003 or 2004. One of the remakes. I can't tell which is which. Um, there was a big. They had a big dude. I forget what his fucking name is for the life of me. Uh, do you know which one I'm talking about? Right, the one with Jessica Biel. Hello. Oh, Do you know which remake I'm talking about? It's it's the one. It's the remake with Jessica Biel in it. I forget which. I forget which. I
I
think
think
that came out of.
that was called Texas Massacre, I believe is what it was called.
Yeah,
That
but I
was a
think it
remake
came.
from.
Did it come out in 2003 or 2004? I can't tell.
Yeah, I can't tell either.
Hold on, guys. Let me see if I can look this
Let me
up.
see. There we go. Let's see.
Let's see
See,
here.
films. Here we go. That was 2003. This one. There it is. The 2003 remake. Yeah, Texas Massacre.
Do you remember? Do you know who played? Do you know who played Leatherface in that one?
Let's see.
What his name is?
Andrew Bernarski
Andrew
as
Bernarski.
Thomas Hewitt / Leatherface. Yeah.
Okay,
Andrew
okay.
Bernarski.
So yeah, Andrew Bernarski. I'm gonna tell you something about this dude. He's a big son of a bitch. He's
Yeah.
he had to be maybe 6'6", 200 something
Okay.
pounds at 300 pounds,
Mm-hmm.
and he can move. The fucking
Yeah.
guy can move. So,
Oh
in
yeah.
my estimation, the two best Leatherfaces in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre series has to be Gunnar Hansen and that guy,
Andrew Bernarski. Yeah.
Andrew Bernarski. They ended up getting someone else to play in Texas Chainsaw 3D, which is like I think like came out like 2 years, maybe 3 years later after the remake. 2 or 3 years later, I think the guys ended up getting somebody else.
Yeah. Somebody named Dan Yeager. Yeah. Yeager. Dan Yeager. Yeah.
Yeager, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't like Texas Chainsaw 3D because I thought it sucked.
Man, it was.
And I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell you, we're gonna talk more about that when we get to the sequels another
Yeah.
day. Um, but I love Toby Hooper. I love Toby Hooper as a director. I thought that his direction was really good, sort of. But he could have done a little bit more better with this. I kind of wish I did get Gunnar Hansen back for part two
Yeah.
for this. But in regards as everything else goes, I think how they put this together was pretty good, but pretty basic as well. But I don't know. What do you think, man?
Um. Um. I mean, yeah. Like I said, they should have gotten the same guy from the first film.
Yeah,
It was pretty good. Like I said, but again, we're not trying to put it down. We're not trying to say anything messed up about it. Just our opinion on it. So, but like I said, yeah, you know, pretty,
yeah. For those of you who are probably saw the poster. By the time you see this, it'll I would have already put this on YouTube already. But if
yeah,
y'all guys see the poster, y'all guys would probably see that it looks just like the one from the Breakfast Club. So I just wanted to throw that little thing out and stuff like that. But yeah, next year we're gonna talk about Leatherface Texas Chainsaw 3. We're gonna talk
yeah,
about Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 3. Um, and yeah, this is I think Part 3 for Next Generation. I know was the shittiest one.
yeah,
That came out in like '96 or something like that, I think.
yeah,
And then
something like that.
it took maybe about 5 years later, maybe in 2003 when the remake started coming together. Uh, to make this series better, but we'll talk more about that when we get to those movies. When we get to
Yeah,
when we get to the next movie and stuff like that. So,
definitely.
but let me know in the comment section and what y'all guys think. Very soon, I'm gonna give you guys my review for Leprechaun 2. Uh, we also still have some more. We have more ripped for the Silverscreen for you guys coming up this month. Not to mention Halloween episodes of Back in Time, and stuff like that. I still got to do the Nun for Back in Time and also Casper. I might do
Yeah,
another. I might do another one. I might do another movie. This a Universal Monsters movie for Back in Time as well. But we'll see. We'll see how I feel about it. So let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think. I am as always Mr. Graham 2. He is Dark 997, and we'll see you all in the afterlife. Peace.